The Honorable Mereseini Vuniwaqa, the Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Cabinet Ministers and Assistant Ministers, the Honorable Members of Parliament, the Excellencies, High Commissioners and Ambassadors, heads of diplomatic missions and members of the Diplomatic Corps, Government Secretaries, Divisional Commissioners, representatives from development agencies, friends from the corporate organizations, representatives of non-governmental organizations, including women NGOs, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Isambul Naka, Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Ni hao, and a very good morning to you all. Rotatao. Thank you for that very inspirational short sermon, reminding us of our obligations towards one another. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply honored to join you on this very important initiative that the Fijian government, through the Ministry for Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation and Fiji's private sector, have collectively taken on in partnership. I'm told that the Man Up campaign is the first of its kind in Fiji. Congratulations, about time. It aims to solicit the commitment of both public and private sector organizations, including the discipline forces, to create awareness on and promote gender equality. It also aims to encourage all men and boys to develop greater respect and tolerance for our women and our girls. This requires a significant shift in our male psyche. It requires positive change in how men treat our women within our homes and communities. Bringing greater focus on gender equality is the only way to eliminate discrimination and violence against women. The Man Up campaign gives us many reasons to celebrate. We celebrate the contributions that women make in every aspect of life as mothers, wives, sisters, daughters, workers, citizens, and leaders. For all that women do, from fields to factories, from markets to supermarkets, from living rooms to boardrooms, it cannot be more shaming if we as Fijians do not accept our responsibility to call out the injustice that happens against women. Injustice that injures them, shatters their aspirations, sweeps their concerns under the carpet, and even kills them. I join you this morning in full support of the Fijian government's effort to put an end to the discriminatory treatment of women and girls in our country. As a nation, we have a responsibility to find innovative and practical ways to end violence against women and our girls. We need to make gender mainstreaming, which is known to be the main tool to achieving gender equality across government and the private sector, as a reality. To help achieve this, the Fijian government launched the National Gender Policy in 2014. The policy supports government's national development goals and is the guiding policy on gender equity, equality, social justice, and sustainable development. Within the framework of National Gender Policy, the Ministry for Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation has established a group of gender focal officers from across government who have been instrumental in progressing and monitoring the implementation of the policy in their respective agencies. The Man Up campaign is part of the National Gender Policy's aim to improve the quality of life, especially for women and girls, at all levels of society through the promotion of gender equity and equality, and from within government to the private sector. This validates the fact that however different we may appear as players within the various sectors, there is far more that unites us than divides us. We share a common future. And we are gathered here to find common ground so that we may gain new dignity and respect for Fiji's women and girls. And in so doing, we bring new strength and stability to families all over our beloved country. Earlier this week, Fiji co-hosted with the Secretariat of the Pacific Community's 13th Triennial Conference on Pacific Women and the 6th meeting of Pacific Ministers for Women. Gatherings like these draw attention on issues that matter most in our lives. The lives of women and families, access to education, healthcare, jobs and credit, the the chance to enjoy basic legal and human rights and to participate fully in the political life in our countries. Conferences like these compel governments and communities everywhere to listen closely and address some of the world's most pressing problems. While Fiji is having some success in making gender mainstreaming the formal sector a matter of priority, another important issue that this campaign will address is the cancer that is consuming our society every day in the form of violence against women. Violence against women is the most extreme form of global and systemic inequality experienced by women and girls. It knows no geographic, socioeconomic, or cultural boundaries. Violence against women and girls is among the most universal and pervasive human rights violations, affecting at least 1 billion women across the globe, and thousands within our country. Violence against women and girls is a social problem that many people witness and experience throughout their lives, sometimes as victims and sometimes as aggressors. Too many of our children witness the incidents of domestic violence within their homes on a daily basis. Too many of our female relatives, our grandmothers, our mothers, sisters and daughters become victims of violence in their own homes at the hands of their male relatives on a daily basis. And in some settings, violence in these circumstances is still being seen as justified, and as such, it goes unreported, unpunished. Whilst it is true that men can also be victims of such violence, statistics show that such incidences are negligible when compared to incidences where women are the victims. The ferocity, frequency, and consistency of men's violence against women are statistically and significantly higher. Gender-based violence in a domestic setting thrives in our silence. It is therefore important that we speak about it and that we discuss it at every opportunity. The message needs to be consistently told loud and clear and unequivocal that violence against women and children is illegal. It is immoral. It can never be justified. An apology does not fix it. It needs to be punished. And if we do not make that message consistently loud, clear, and unequivocal, now we will run the risk of raising a generation of Fijians who will grow up thinking that violence against women and children can be justified. It is a matter of shame and disgrace that violence against women is reported in such high numbers in our beloved nation. A nation we claim is the way the world should be. Our combined action is well overdue to combat this life-threatening problem. A report by the Fiji Women Crisis Center titled "Somebody's Life, Everybody's Business" revealed that 72% of Fijian women experience one or more types of violence in their lifetime from their husbands or their intimate partners. This includes physical, emotional, and sexual violence. The survey also noted that women were beaten during pregnancies and raped by their husbands or partners after physical abuse. Statistics from the Fiji Police Force for the year 2016 revealed that there were 1,904 cases of physical violence and 559 cases of sexual offenses against women. These were the reported figures. We can only imagine the number of unreported cases. The Fiji Police Force has a no-drop policy on violence against women and sexual offenses. The police force's stance must be commended and encouraged. However, laws alone are not enough to put an end to violence against women. We as individuals must do more. All of us, especially men, must take a stand against abusive behavior. We all have a role to play in ending violence against women. As a nation, we can no longer afford to let our women suffer in silence. The Man Up campaign promoting male advocacy on the change we need is highly commended, and it is time. There should be no confusion whatsoever about why men should advocate on women's right to a life free of discrimination and violence. Women's issues are not only limited to women. Women's issues are first and foremost human rights issues. They are family issues. They are religious issues. They are business issues. They are societal issues. And they are nations' issues. I believe that men not only play a crucial role in the fight for gender equality, but are also the most valuable asset needed to ensure change for the long term. Men must fight for equality and women's rights alongside women. We empower women more by reaching out and educating men on women's rights. I have every confidence that the implementation of this campaign, alongside the efforts of other women-focused initiatives in our country, will not only bring about success for all gender equality efforts, but will also create a brighter future for our people. What we are learning as a nation is that if our women are healthy and educated, their families will flourish. If women are free from violence, their family will also flourish. If women have a chance to work and earn as full and equal partners in society, their families too will flourish. And when families flourish, communities and our nation also flourish. This is why every woman, every man, every child, every family, and every organization in this country has a stake in the elimination of all forms of violence and discrimination against women. At this juncture, I wish to thank the Ministry for Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation for inviting me to be a part of this important pledge for equality called the Man Up campaign. I also commend and congratulate Mr. Ajay Bhai Amrit on playing a lead role in this initiative and for taking on the challenging task of being the ambassador for the Man Up campaign. Thank you. Okay. It is not often that we have brave individuals from the private sector who are willing to be a lead advocate for an issue of national concern. Mr. Amrit has my full support, and so too will all the men and women who champion the cause for a greater and better Fiji. I thank all organizations, men, women and children who have participated in today's march. I look forward to your commitment to the change that our nation needs to nurture a Fijian society that is free from discrimination and violence against women. May Almighty God bless you all and bless our beloved nation Fiji. Navalevu, Hudan Navad, Sukriya, Sheshe, for your action. Thank you.
After at least Power Pacific, your public enterprise, Ministry